Hello and welcome to I Can't Say It Day 248. My apologies for yesterday's very short video, as I had not deleted a bunch of some yelling going on by the next door neighbors. So I hadn't deleted some videos, and I guess my phone had run out of space, although it didn't look like it when I got to work. So I moved some more videos from my phone to my computer. So we'll see how far we can get along with this video. It said I had 4.4 gigs. I'm not sure why the neighbors are yelling, because there's nothing really to yell about. But anyway, because it's like 10:50 in the evening, when the rest of the neighbors can hear you, so I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, today let's see, I rode my bike to work because we shortened week, and so there's only 4 days instead of 5. That means it's ride home, ride to work, ride home, ride to work. So tomorrow I get to ride home, which should be fun. It's always nice to ride home on a Thursday to avoid all that commute traffic on a Thursday. So we'll see how that goes. I don't recall weighing myself this morning. That's okay. I think I got 10,000 steps. Feeling good about that. Thought I'd share with you one of my labors of love, which I haven't really worked on lately. It's a compilation of quotes that I've put together, and I have organized them by the calendar. So the title is called A Calendar of Wit and Wisdom. And what I did was I'm copying the idea from Tolstoy, who had a book called A Calendar of Wisdom, and I found that book, and I have it around here somewhere. I think it's in the house. And so what it is every day he's got a group of quotes grouped by topic, and full of wisdom that and just quotes that he liked from the Bible, things that he had written himself, and other sources. So what I did was I said, well, I like quotes too, so I'm going to do the same thing. So instead of calling his is called A Calendar of Wit, no, A Calendar of Wisdom. William Safire had a book called Quotes of Wit and Wisdom or something, so I combined the two together to get A Calendar of Wit and Wisdom. And so there's the dedication to my wife and my son. Then there's the leading quote, because it's 366 pages of quotes. So I had to put the first one, the leading one, as the quote that I thought was the best. And it still stays here. And I think it's attributed to Abraham Lincoln, which says, "The written word is God's greatest invention. It enables us to communicate with the dead, the living, and the yet unborn." By Abraham Lincoln. So I thought that was actually, since the book is of quotes, and it really is people that are living and dead, and quotes that they have given to the rest of the world, that this Abraham Lincoln quote seemed to summarize just about everything that could be said about the written word in a couple of sentences. So let's just take you through a couple of pages. January 1. The topic is books. And so I have 8 quotes. So for this is going to go into a real book, which someday maybe it'll be published. Maybe it won't. Probably self-published just to save money. I might have to cut out some of the quotes. So I put in quotes here that I thought are all tied to books. And then there's always one that just sticks out at me, and so that's the one that's in italics. So I put that in italics. So if you wanted to see, so about the books, the best quote about books that I have here says, "The oldest books are still only just out to those who have not yet read them," or who have not read them, by Samuel Butler. Sounds like an accurate statement. Sounds like a good statement. I agree. Another one, "Where is human nature so weak as in the bookstore?" Then the next page is a quote about experience. Then freedom, science, and what's the next page? So I started at one point to go through this at the beginning of the year, And now I've started to rewrite some of the pages, some of the quotes, because I think that when the quotes are there on the page, they sort of lend a flow to them. And so sometimes I don't like the way they flow from one quote to the next. This one's on travel. This one's on ambition. And then the rest are all, I don't have titles here. But let's see. Let's see if we can figure this out, shall we? Let's see. Let's go to January 20th, because that's Inauguration Day. Sometimes I tried to tie the quotes to the date. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, I did, actually. Not surprising. Seriously, I do not think I am fit for the presidency. Abraham Lincoln. The presidency does not yield to definition. Like the glory of a morning sunrise, it can be experienced, it cannot be told. Calvin Coolidge. When the president does it, that means it is not illegal. You might think Donald Trump, but there are no Donald Trumps in here. I haven't looked at this. I haven't added any quotes in some time. That was Richard Nixon. Yeah, try and see if you can guess this one. If you are as happy, my dear sir, on entering this house as I am in leaving it and returning home, you are the happiest man in the country. That was President James Buchanan to Abraham Lincoln. Ronald Reagan is attempting a great breakthrough in political technology. He has been perfecting the Teflon-coated presidency. He sees to it that nothing sticks to him. Patricia Schroeder. Remember the Teflon president? Trump's trying to do the same thing. It's not working though. And today he had the anonymous essay released from a senior White House official that pretty much said, yes, we are doing everything we can to maintain the presidency despite President Trump being in the White House. It was a harsh memo, and even if half of it, 3/4 of it's true, it confirms everything that we already knew, which was the Trump presidency is a joke. He's not taking it seriously. You know, when you think of the presidency and you think of Roosevelt and Adams and Jefferson and Washington, and you throw Trump's name in there, it's like nowhere near the same caliber. And the last quote. A president either is constantly on top of events, or if he hesitates, events will soon be on top of him. I never felt that I could let up for a single moment. Harry S. Truman. Not too bad, huh? Yeah, you got to be on top of it. I mean, you saw the pictures of Abraham Lincoln when he was in office in 1860, when he started in 1861, and then what he looked like right before he died in 1865. Yeah, he aged 10 years in the span of 5 years. Well, let's see. Did I pick something for July 4th? I probably did. Interesting. The title says Declaration of Independence. So the people that I quoted were Richard Henry Lee, of course. You know, I should put this under December's. Thomas Jefferson. So I had just commented on somebody's tweet about the movie 1776, saying that I really do like this movie. So tell me if this sounds familiar. We hold these truths to be sacred and undeniable, that all men are created equal and independent, that from that equal creation they derive rights inherent and inalienable, among which are the preservation of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Interesting, huh? Tell me about this one. He has waged cruel war against human nature itself, violating its most sacred rights of life and liberty in the persons of a distant people who never offended him, captivating and carrying them into slavery in another hemisphere, or to incur miserable death in their transportation thither. Gotta wonder if there's some typos in here, so I probably should double check that. Yes, those last two were rough drafts from the Declaration of Independence. Where exactly we got the rough drafts is an interesting question. I don't know the answer to that one. But, you know, I thought if they have them somewhere, because I know that we have notes on the Constitution Convention taken by James Madison and other people. But I did not know that we had notes on the rough draft of the Constitution. Let's see, what did I put for my birthday? The government is concerned about the population explosion, and the population is concerned about the government explosion. We have been godlike in our planned breeding of our domestic plants and animals, but rabbit-like in our unplanned breeding of ourselves. Yes, the topic is birth. Clever, huh? And so I have 366 pages here of quotes, and then on the floor I have all sorts of other quotes from people who I thought were interesting and need to be added. So I have to find my copy, my electronic copy of that document and update it, because some people have been saying some interesting things, and it'd be kind of cool to update them with current quotes. Okay, well, today's Wednesday. The day's over. It's time to go to sleep. Start Thursday, because Thursday's just fine. You just taste Friday right there. Okay, so with that, I'm going to wish you all a pleasant evening, and I will see you all tomorrow.